Well, wanted to make one more video while I'm in my hometown of Mexico, and just do a quick walk and talk and show you just, it's interesting. Got a Starbucks here on the corner, though we like the local coffee. We get coffee from Chiapas in Veracruz. Chiapas is the best coffee of Mexico. There was a book fair. We have events pretty much every weekend. See the hills. We're in the rain season of Mexico. This is central Mexico. This is actually what they call the heart of Mexico, where a lot of the rich history has since many of the beginnings. So, but I'm not really here to talk about Mexico. I'll just show you around as I really just share my experience in Gnosis. And right now, I'll share my experience of how I'm overcoming, because in the Secret Book of John, and again, this content is to help inspire anybody that feels alone in this journey, because it can be very lonely and a very narrow path, but it leads to life. It's not the wide path. It's not easy. So I try to hope to inspire and encourage others on this journey as well. And I do that by sharing my own experience. So like right now, my experience is that I'm leaving my family. Most of my family except my middle son. I got 3 sons. He's coming to the States with me. He can't stay here. He gets highly depressed. He likes the American side. And while we go through the process of getting my wife's papers, it's a very long, bureaucratical process, where the human touch is not there. I mean, Yaldabaoth has a harsh beast system, on us while we're here. And so, yeah, I'll just kind of share how it's always been for me. It's been very, very hard for me. That's why it's taken so long as well, because it's called hardships. Like when you even apply for these immigration status change, they want you to write a letter all about, the hardship and on the American, when going through family separation, everything about your children, instabilities that it creates. And literally, like, to where I can't be here nor there. I got to go back and forth. I got to drive 1,000 miles or more just to get to a job. And then if I want to have my family, I got to quit my job, basically burn bridges, because especially in my industry, no one likes people that just work a few months and go. But when you got to do what you got to do, in families first, that's what you do. You got to do what you got to do, because otherwise, we're still here on mission, as even on our human side, the ego side, the flesh and body, to nourish our children, to make sure they don't feel abandoned or rejected. That way we can help guide them and teach them and show them who they are, awaken the I am of who they are. And so, yeah, it's a balancing act, and it's always been hard. And up until just recent, I've always identified with the pain and the suffering. And I've always even said, whenever I leave to go to the States, I would always say I'm just bleeding out. I'm just like, I could hardly take it. I used to use a lot of cannabis to help medicate that feeling. I'm not trying to get these police in there. But that did nothing for me. It only slowed me down. It gave me no clarity, and it magnifies anxiety big time. Totally magnifies it. I mean, there's a lot of things about cannabis, people talk about it being medicinal and everything. I just tell you from my own experience, this is what I experienced. I'm not saying it can't help you, it's not medicinal, but I totally identified it, that it only complicated and made it way harder. It magnifies the archonic energy big time for me. And so and especially, being in the I am state, constantly being able to separate myself from my thoughts and my ego and live in who I am, like literally on the moment by moment situation, moment by moment, whatever, Sorry, I'm a little distracted when I walk and talk. But I've always identified that, and it's always been the hardest thing. And now I'm free. And I know it's a little harder for my wife. She's also experiencing Gnosis, but it's just different for everybody. I've told her about my experience and like this energy that I get whenever I find this silence. I even kind of visualize, picture the monad, the pleroma. I didn't try to, it was kind of painted in my mind when I read the secret book of John. I see the kind of this pure energy light emanations with aeons, and they all connect to the same foundation. They're all connected to it. So they're individual, but at the same time, they're all one, and we're all one, we're all one. And so I just picture that. I can't help it. I picture I'm light, and I'm beaming out this light, and I just tell Father, I'm light. We are one. I'm you, you're me. You're the vine, I'm the branch. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not in the demiurge. I denounce it. I'm not a part of that. My body's connected to it. It's from it, but that's not who I am. Like all these thoughts that come through, I watch them go by according, like the Gnostics will teach you in their teachings how that works, how to do that simple exercise to help you create a barrier of silence from your thoughts, your ego, and the I am, who you are. And once you get into that state, it's like for me, like the best I don't really know what bliss is. I say it because this is beyond peace, and it's beyond hope too. It's like I know. I don't need hope. It's like I know, Father, I know who I am, and I know where I come from, and I know where I'm going, and there's no failure. It's all just pure experience. Even the failures are just experiences. That's it, and they're just lessons. And yeah, I also am limited in the flesh, and my ego too. I will forget who I am sometimes. I'll go through probably phases in life again in the future. I know I probably will. I hope not. I believe that I'll always discipline myself to take time. But I also feel like I went through so many deep, deep lows that it's hard to imagine like going back when you've been at that just isolation. Like I'm talking about years for myself. This is my personal experience. So that's why sometimes I'm like, I don't understand fully how other people will be awakened, because Christ, according to the secret book of John, you have to go through the chains of bondage. And I've even been sharing with a few people here and there about this, about how to separate yourself, that you are I am, and I don't think they're gonna get it maybe. And I'm even wondering, it's like, man, I think maybe they're too comfortable, possibly. Like, I don't know, man. I know you don't have to suffer. You can also find the monad through beauty as well. I don't know that from experience. I know it through suffering. I think the majority probably would. But I do think comfort is the ultimate enemy. And probably never awaken when you're right in the middle, everything's just going great, you're just selling through life, but hey, who knows? I hope the best for everyone. But if they're fine, they can come back through this loop again, and go round and round, maybe the next time, like Christ says, they'll be attached to a soul with the spirit of life, and that'll be the mercy on them to awaken. That way we all can eventually return to where we come from, and basically restore Sophia, Yaldabaoth, and this whole system, and get back on track. But it's not really back on track. This is all okay. This is an experience even for the monad, in a sense. So yeah, right now, this journey is I'm in a totally different state of mind. And I definitely do feel a little bit. I feel the pain, but it's like more in jars. I can feel it and see it, but I can just kind of put it on a shelf. And it's there for me anytime to go and experience it, but I'm not gonna become it and live it and bleed out and not be able to focus and have to use substances and need external help and literally need nobody, because I've already tried all that. I've called, wrote letters, called my church, old churches, old friends, you know. And the more you talk about your problems, the more you really push people away, because they can't do it. They're not even the I am state. They don't have that capacity. They're dealing with their own problems, you know, their own like struggles in life, their own busyness, their own families, you know, which is just the way it is in the demiurge. And that's why I don't wait on the external no more. I am, and I'm guided by in my intuition, you know, sent out amongst the wolves, and it's fine. And we're gonna go out and explore and have a great time. So I don't know if you got any of this, if your ears could hear what I'm saying. I may not be the best speaker and talker. It is not easy all the time doing walk and talks, but I will go for the sake of the length of the video. Hope you like this content. I will see you in the United States. Peace and much love. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Helps get it out.